Okay, on the count of 3, everyone say their favorite video game. 1, 2,
Wave Race 64.
Okay. What's the best game console of all time? 1, 2,
Nintendo Virtual Boy.
Oh my god. Okay. Name the greatest lead character in gaming history. 1, 2.
Gex the Gecko.
What? Do we just become best friends?
Yep.
Do you guys want to go do some karate in the garage?
Yep. All right, I'll grab the nunchucks. Welcome back to another edition of the Karate in the Garage podcast. I'm your host, Mason Merrill, and today on the podcast, we're playing Wave Race 64. Gotta catch all those waves. Joining me today is my co-host, Weston Toth and Aaron Bone. What's up, guys?
How'd it go?
Just catching waves, bro.
Yeah, I thought you were going to wait a second so that one of us could be the host instead.
Well, you just got to take initiative. We were just talking about this before the podcast.
You literally just started talking. What am I going to talk? We should, what we should all do is talk at the exact same time, and whoever gives up and first loses, and then just whoever continues to talk is the new host.
So, the funniest thing that I was thinking is, let's be honest, we've kind of bullied Mason more than
anybody.
Yeah, I mean, we bully each other, but we definitely bully Mason more. So it would feel wrong to just try to take over something from him at this point in our lives.
That's true. Also, let's be clear. When we're on mic, we bully Mason more than anybody. When we're off mic, I get bullied more than anybody.
I don't know. On mic, we bully Aaron pretty hard too. So.
I guess that's fair.
Oh, man. I guess I just don't get bullied because I got bullied as a child. So maybe you're just saving me.
Wow. Way to make us feel badly for you, Weston.
Save that for our therapy podcast.
You would get bullied when you were a kid, you nerd. God.
I was so nice when I was a kid, and literally the first
What
day,
happened?
Dude, I got bullied.
You can just picture Weston laying on the couch right now, just like going through all his deep life problems.
Dude,
yeah.
So the best thing is when I was in first grade, because I didn't go to kindergarten like you idiots. So first grade, get on the bus, and this fifth grader, he just had this anger problems. He probably got hit at home. Well, he starts bullying me and slapping me on the bus, straight up, just open palm slapping me and punching me.
Jeez.
What was his name?
Dude, I don't know.
Call him out right now.
You should. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's probably like a priest now or something.
Let's just call him Darren. So
was it actually Aaron? Was it me? Was I your bully?
No, not at all. But dude, this guy beats me up, and I'm so in shock because I'm just this nice young lad who doesn't want violence and hatred in his life. And I come home and my face is literally so red, and my mom was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was kind of trying not to cry. I start crying, and then after that was the last time I ever got bullied in my life, and I ever let anyone else bully me or any of my friends or me. That was it. Literally first grade, and that's what did it to me. That's why I'm who I am today. I'm calling it right now, Darren.
Nice.
Try to beat me at Wave Race 64, Darren.
Yeah, and that's why Weston is jacked and will fight you if need be.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't want to fight you, but if you try to fight one of my friends, I would fight you.
Yeah, you want to fight.
Oh yeah, I was telling Aaron the other day that every time we were at a show or something, and he's now married to my sister, but any other guy would hit on my sister, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gonna confront this dude. You got my back? And if he didn't have my back, I'd be like, all right, no, I'm not gonna confront him today.
Yeah, because
but every time it was just yeah, bro, I got you. And so I turn around and yo, get your hands off my sister.
It's the only dude Mason never tried to fight because he knew I'd beat him. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, good time. That actually that's a legit true story. Every time we'd go to a concert, Mason would get he would get riled up, and he's just like, dude, I'm gonna mess this guy up. He's like, dude, but you gotta back me up. And I'd be like, all right, dude, you're the best homie. Of course I have to. I don't even want to because I think that you might be a little intoxicated right now, but I have to.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it went.
Yeah.
Nobody ever got into a fight.
Yeah. So anyway, before we get into this, I'd like to welcome if we have any new listeners. I know we've been we got some activity on the gram the other day. So
oh man.
I think we might have some new people joining us. So
the
welcome and stick around.
Yeah, we won't bro down and talk about bullying and beating people up the whole time. That's just a bit of a tangent we went off on.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
we'll
sure.
definitely do that. Don't listen to these
100%. Yeah, I was just trying to make them feel better about joining. We are actually going to talk about that kind of stuff the entire time.
That's right. Okay, but today we're gonna switch topics just for this one podcast. We're gonna talk about a video game.
It's about time. Jeez Louise. I've been waiting. What episode is this?
This is number 42.
I've been waiting 42 weeks to finally start talking about video games.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Speaking as you've only been on the podcast for like 18 episodes.
Yes, and
Has
also
it been that
this has
long?
been going on a lot longer than 42
Yeah.
weeks.
No,
Yeah,
we're going like 20 in a row. I think this is 20 podcasts we've done in a row.
you're welcome.
I'm so proud of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
know. Well, adding a third host really helped that dynamic because
Mhm.
like I don't have to podcast by myself every week if
It's been growing exponentially since
somebody
I joined.
can't join. Yeah, it's been good.
I mean, let's just
All
say
right,
Aaron is the reason that we even have a podcast.
I am the third heat.
Exactly.
Nobody gets that joke, but it's fine.
I don't get it. No.
Katie will get it if she listens to it, but she doesn't like me enough to actually listen to it. It's my wife,
Yeah.
ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, our wives don't listen to this.
No.
Oh,
Weston's
mine
wife
does,
might.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
yeah.
tell her not to listen, and she still listens.
The funny
Yeah.
thing is that Sierra listens to it, but Weston does not.
True facts.
It's true. She listens to it for you and then tells you what happens.
Yeah,
I
actually,
should forgotten by that
the
point.
best person who gives us tips about everything is my brother. Actually, he listens to it.
Yeah?
And
Oh, really?
he's like,
Nice.
oh man, this one was a great episode. It was really funny, and you guys did this. And I'm like, man, great feedback. Thank you, bro.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Nice.
I wish
That's
he'd
dope.
like send me a note about it, you know? That'd be
Right?
help-
Bro, he's
that'd
trying
be
to get
helpful.
married. Okay, he's only got one thing on his mind, and that's cookware.
Yeah.
Definitely not anything else.
Yeah, so shouts to Parker and Sierra. Thanks for listening.
Absolutely. Thank you to our 2 listeners.
That's right. We do this
Technically
show for
4
you
if you include me and Mason.
Oh man. Anyway, so this week we are talking Wave Race 64.
Oh,
and
yeah.
me and Aaron just played this game together, so it's pretty fresh.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
So this game was made by Nintendo, published by Nintendo, and came out in North America November 1st of 1996. So
Mhm.
this was actually one of the early. I think this was one of the launch titles with in Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exactly as it's described. It's a wave racing game. You're on jet skis and you're racing your buds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So anyway, it was kind of comprised of about 12 levels, I believe, and
Something like that, yeah.
yeah, you just like
You just race them waves, bro.
yeah,
You
pretty
literally
much.
did not race against each other. It was just racing the waves.
Yeah, well, most of the time it felt like that
Yeah.
when we were playing because I was like, oh snap, I just ran into the wall.
You're not running into each other. You're not knocking each other down. The only competition is the waves.
Yeah, it's basically just a jet ski course you're going through, and you have to like hit the checkpoints as you go
Mhm.
to stay in the game. And if you miss 5 checkpoints, you lose. And I definitely lost like 3 times that way.
You lost. Yeah,
Really?
you lost several times. Yeah, he lost 3 times because of missing checkpoints and twice because I just beat him.
Yeah.
But I was a lap ahead of you, and you had 1 checkpoint left to miss. And if you would have missed it, you would have lost. And I kind of wanted to just sit
Yeah.
at the finish line and wait to see what would happen, but I crossed it.
Yeah, that was the ice level. That wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway-
on Glacier Bay.
As far as the gameplay goes, Weston, how did you feel about this game? Did it feel like you were playing a jet ski game, or was it just kind of like a hover racing game?
I actually thought the gameplay, like just feeling like it being just like a jet ski game, was pretty good because I don't know if you've ever been on like a jet ski like this, but it's very, very similar, at least when I was kind of controlling it and how the waves were crashing in while you're going around. So it actually kind of felt like a real jet ski, and yeah, like and even like the waves, like you get like a big lap of them, and they kind of make like either get you some air or kind of slow you down. So I mean, it did seem pretty realistic, even though it was very arcadey as well. Like this was, I don't know if it was an arcade port or not, but it was.
No,
I
it
mean,
wasn't.
this was kind of like a more arcadey. It wasn't like a
Yeah.
wave racing professional style video game. It was definitely like an arcade game. It even the music and the way that it handled it felt very like Mario Kart-esque.
Yeah, no.
Or maybe like Hydro
I
Thunder
really,
and Mario Kart combined.
I like what
Yeah.
I like what you're saying there, because I had a jet ski for a couple summers back when I was cool. We'll get into that later. No,
What happened to your jet ski?
I sold it when I moved.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Since
anyway,
there's no
so
bodies of water in the middle of Texas.
no, there is one, but it's not jet ski material.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so I had a jet ski, and so when I was playing this, I was like, this is pretty similar to how it feels riding a jet ski with the waves coming at you and things like that. And obviously, you hit a wall, you're gonna fall off, so that was pretty realistic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought the gameplay mechanics themselves were done very well in that aspect, and it just it was kind of unique for its time. It felt like. What'd you think, Aaron?
I hated it. Yeah, it was awful.
Of course.
So I've never. I'll be the odd man out here and say I've never been on a jet ski, but I have
Loser.
Snowmobiled quite a bit because I'm from the Great White North, unlike you guys.
I've just jet skied on frozen water.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, I didn't like it. I just kind of felt like it was boring, honestly. You're like I said before, like you're not really racing against a person.
Racing against yourself.
You're just racing against yourself and like dodging buoys and stuff. And the I guess like the choppiness of the water on different levels is cool. But just in general, I didn't really feel like it was enjoyable. I don't know, I really kind of felt like when me and you were racing each other, it was just who was able to dodge the buoy, or like who was able to actually hit the marks on the buoys and things like that. And it was more like almost more like a racing simulator.
Yeah.
Kind of or like a race car simulator sort of situation.
But that's one of the things I appreciated about this game, was because it had so many facets than just a straight up race each other type game. I'm trying to beat you. No, I'm trying to beat you. I'm trying to make all the buoys. I'm trying to make good time.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, all of those things combined really made it unique, unique style racing type thing.
I think if the tracks were maybe a little bit bigger, it would have been a little bit more interesting. I don't know. I just didn't think it was interesting, I guess, is my, like, all the tracks are different. Yeah, it was kind of fun to play together, but I think just the control of everything, or lack thereof, it just was maybe frustrating and annoying. I don't know.
Okay. How'd you feel, Weston?
Okay, so I'm gonna go a different way from what you guys. So let me ask you a couple of questions. Is like, per level, when you guys were playing together, how many buoys did you miss, like, over the course of like a championship?
Well, it depended, honestly. I mean, there was levels where straight up missed none and maybe just missed one or two.
Yeah, I mean, I did pretty well. I mean, I would miss one or two occasionally, but usually, after, because you do the race. Do you do it twice, or no? It's just
3 laps.
Yeah, it's just 3 laps.
3 laps,
yeah.
I think on average, we probably each missed maybe like 2 or 3 at the most.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there was also some where I didn't miss any. So
yeah, exactly.
So, how many tracks were there for? Because I did the championship and like full through. I did every course. So what was it, like 12?
Yeah, there was like 12.
Yeah, something like that.
I missed one buoy in 12 courses. So
Boom.
I didn't really feel like that way because like I don't maybe it's because I was playing by myself and just versus the computer, so I wasn't like
sure.
It was just maybe a little easier too. But I thought the controls were like actually super easy overall. They just the only thing that I thought that was like kind of annoying about the game was the level design on like 2 of the levels was like kind of crappy because they had this for N64 is pretty good where like you could see in the distance quite a while, and it would kind of marker like, hey, you need to go right or left around these buoys, right? And it would kind of show you where it is. But like 2 of the levels just basically like ran you into a wall, or like into like a pier, and it didn't tell you like where to go. So it directed you towards the pier, and unless you like just and because of the like a newer game, you'd be able to see so far off in the distance just because of like graphics rendering. But now, like this one, it kind of like snuck up on you, and then there was a pier, and I just like flipped into it. So I didn't like that, but as of like the easiness to get like around all the buoys and stuff, because I don't think, by the way, to Aaron's point, I don't think this game was like insanely interesting, because it was very straightforward. But what it did, like, even though it was straightforward, just like the mechanics of basically going around. So when you went around a buoy, you could have max speed or max power of speed, and if you missed one, it would knock you down 1 or 2 speeds. So then basically, like, if you,
all the way,
all the way, sorry, and it like drop you, and then you'd have to basically accelerate back up to max power. And if you missed 1, 2, 3, 4, if you missed like 5, the round was over for you.
Right.
So like, I think the strategy of the game, it was fine. Like, it made sense.
Sure.
I would have liked to be able to turn it off though, and just straight up just race. Right?
Yeah.
Because the option, like, I don't, or maybe like have it on some levels, and then on the other levels, you just want to like fly around the corners and or just kind of do what you can't want to do, or maybe there, like, you can set like there's a battle item, or just like some difference in the game, because every level was exactly the same in the same mechanic. I don't think that mechanic was bad, but it lacked like a little pizzazz. Because going to my previous point, like, even the graphics, like the lettering for like time, rank, lap, speed, all of that, and the music was so close to, like, just think about it again, and think about Mario Kart 64, and it was so close, like, or to like another of those, like, just that style of racing game. So it didn't really it had like a kind of a cool feel to it, where I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting like, the music's not too bad. Like, the UI didn't like really like make me mad. Even the graphics are in 64, but the waves and like the dolphins and like the like all the different levels, I thought that was all cool. It just lacked gameplay. Like, it lacked like, it needed like that, that the buoys and the max speed mode, but then it needed like every course had like a different thing you had to do, or at least a couple more game modes to make it interesting. It just lacked that to me.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I I can see where you're coming from there. The buoy thing, I definitely agree with being able to turn that off and just straight race and try to make it through the level. That would have been cool. But at the same time, like I said, that did make a uniqueness of the game in for what it is. Just gave it a kind of a unique feel that I appreciated about it particularly.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, like, I'm like, just because something's unique doesn't make it good. Like, and I think, like, the thing with the buoys, and maybe the thing that bothered me about the buoys, is that if you miss one, it drops your speed for no logical reason. Like, I get having to hit them, and if you miss 5, you lose the course because it's all about like agility and accuracy. Like, that's fine. But don't have it affect my speed for no reason. Like, that seems like a silly, kind of dumb mechanic in my mind. And then honestly, I have to disagree with comparing it to Mario Kart, and especially because Mario Kart's tracks are so windy and curvy and have jumps and things like that. Like, just comparing it like on the tracks, whereas this is all essentially flat with different types of like choppiness or different types of waves on each round. I think the only real exception to that was the Glacier Bay level, where you have the ice that you can skid across. But I mean, other than that, it's just like some random island essentially that you're just racing around.
I'm not saying the level design or the tracks. I'm saying just like the overall feel of the game with sound, user interface, and just like how like how the controls, how the actual unit's controlled. So that, of course. Like,
all right. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose that's sort of
after
fair.
I say that, go play it again and tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, I believe you're right. I literally just played it a half hour ago. But no, that's okay. But I appreciate that the opinion though. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. I don't know. It was kind of fun. It is, and to your point about being more of an arcade game, if this was one of those games where you had like the big plastic jet ski inside an arcade, you were playing it, then it would add a different level to it, I think, as far as the fun factor. But just like sitting on the couch playing it with the controller, I think the only reason we had fun was because we were playing together, and we did play single player as well. We were just trading back and forth the controller. I think that adds a certain level of quote unquote difficulty or challenge to it, playing split screen versus just playing a single player where you're able to see everything.
Yeah, I was much better single player than I was split screen. That did wig me out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I feel about the same.
It's funny that you guys, or like, especially you, Aaron, you're like, oh, the levels were just kind of basic, because I had another opinion. I thought they were really well made.
I agree.
And for what they were. Because there was a lot of obstacles. There was a lot of different things. No level felt the same to me. Like, for instance, Sunny Beach just had some waves and you could go over them. And it was just just a simple lap that you did. But then you get to Marine Fortress and you really feel the depth of what's going on. You're you're riding it in a storm around this fortress, and the waves are just coming at you like crazy. And if you hit the wave at the right time, you could jump like that first wall that was in the level, so there was some different things with that. And then you go to Drake Lake and you feel like you're in Zelda,
the ocarina.
It's like,
no, and really, like I said, like I was more talking about the comparison between that, and this is what I thought Weston was talking about, was more the comparison between that and like Mario Kart 64 levels, where it is flat comparatively. Yeah, they're different. The environments are different. The music is different. The layout's different. I just feel like, one, they're short, and two, they're like kind of flat, and the obstacles, I don't know. They're all right.
I definitely agree with you about how big the levels were too, and all of them were just 3 laps. Where, especially when you got into the later rounds where they really mattered, I think they, with most racing games, those are the hardest and the longest levels that you'd go to. And this would just stuck with 3 laps, and they were all pretty short courses. So I do agree with that too. Like every time I was like, oh man, it's getting epic. I'm pretty close in points with this other guy. And then like, it's just 3 laps and about the same speed. They're over quick.
Right. Well, yeah. And that's the thing is, I mean, like you'd get to the point in certain levels where you're not gonna win, like, and I think that's like another. And I mean, granted, Mario Kart has like shells and stuff that you can toss at each other, but like in that kind of racing game, you can really easily overtake people. But in this, in my opinion, I didn't feel like there was maybe but 1 or 2 races. And again, you're playing single player, we're playing just the 2 of us. But there wasn't that many races I felt like where we were really neck and neck or overtaking each other. It was just one person was halfway around the track further than the other person, and they were the winner.
Yeah, you were your own worst enemy in this game.
Yeah,
like,
especially like I said, multiplayer.
Yeah.
Single player was a different experience for sure, but multiplayer, it was just kind of like whoever was winning won.
I think it was that maybe the first track, since it was pretty short and sweet, was probably the most competitive one.
Yeah,
but the other ones were pretty intense, and so if you just got off like one, the other person was doing really well, it was hard to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, like on Glacier Bay, I was literally an entire lap ahead.
Yeah,
the very last level, and I don't remember the name of it now.
It was Southern Island,
sort of fairly neck and neck, because I remember we ran into the pirate ship at the same time. I got stuck on top of it, just like goofy stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like for the most part, it was pretty just like whoever was winning won, unless they just went off the rails and screwed up bad.
Yeah. One thing I did appreciate is when you did run into each other, you would fall off or run into buoys or whatnot. You would fall off your jet ski, so it gave it kind of that more real effect rather than just going through somebody. A lot of the item, especially the buoys themselves, they were solids in the water, so you didn't want to run into them usually. But with that said, the dynamic of the buoy, when like a big wave was coming through, you could actually go under the buoy if it tossed it up. So that was cool.
What I think my favorite realistic part of the game was that all the characters had butt cracks. That was really nice. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, they were the pretty skin tight. The wetsuits there going forward, but as far as just like the graphics of the game, I thought it was done very well, because in a game like this, I feel like it could have been easy to turn into like a Perfect Dark situation where it was just so hard to figure out, or just like to see any distance or vision of what is going on, But I felt like it was I felt it was like laid out really well. The variable factor of the waves coming in was done really well.
Yeah.
The feeling of going over a wave, and hitting that wave, you just didn't go through it, like I said, or get trashed by it. You could actually go over it, and how the jet ski maneuvered felt like, kind of like a real life jet ski in playing. What did you think about the graphics, Weston?
I mean, it was N64 graphics, so it's nothing to write home about. But I think that even though like it is N64, kind of like most of, I mean, literally the only graphics that I can look at from N64 and be not completely, but definitely like I can watch is like Super Smash Brothers. And that was, they still weren't great, but they just kind of did one thing really well, and it did less of it. This one, it was pixelated, but I thought, like, honestly, like you were saying, like the waves, the level design, even like the characters and how they reacted. I thought it was after I was playing it, I was like, this is actually pretty good. In comparison, of course, it's not the best. It's N64. I don't think there's a good looking game on N64 truly. But I thought, I was actually pretty impressed with what they fit in here.
Yeah. Let's talk about Drake Lake for a minute.
That's fine. I don't get an opinion about the graphics.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you. No. Well, I mean, I was just gonna say I kind of agree with you guys, and I kind of feel like the N64, like quote unquote launch titles, especially like the Nintendo developed games, all essentially run on the same graphics engine. I mean, this doesn't look any better or any worse than playing like Ocarina of Time or anything like that. Super Mario 64. It's just as bright and colorful. The physics, of the wave racing part of it are definitely there. I agree with you guys on that as far as like hitting the waves and the choppiness and everything. That is quite a bit of fun. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look good because it's an N64 game. None of them looked good, but but it was pretty cool.
You guys want to know a secret? The designer of this game was Shigeru Miyamoto.
Oh, really?
Who also designed all of those games you just talked about. Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, the original Super Mario Brothers, the original Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong. So you're saying it felt like a lot of those games because it was designed by the same guy.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was. Yeah. When you said Shigeru Miyamoto, I was like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked about him quite a bit on this podcast as we're doing Nintendo games because he's been with the brand forever. So.
Yeah, he's been there. Didn't he retire not too long ago, I feel like?
No, he was on one of the streams recently.
Yeah, cool. Yep. Oh, the president retired.
Oh, okay.
And Bowser took over. That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Bowser.
Yeah. A guy named Bowser runs Nintendo.
US.
Pretty poetic.
Anyway,
I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any qualifications. His name was Bowser. So
literally.
Like, President.
He actually legally changed his name to Bowser so that he could get the job.
Exactly.
It's pretty dope.
Let's talk about the Drake Lake for a minute. I'd
rather not.
I feel like we were straight out of Zelda.
It was
time in that game.
1,000% a sequel to Zelda Ocarina of Time.
This came out before.
A prequel to Zelda Ocarina of Time, in which you are riding around a mystical, magical lake, listening to calming ocarina music.
Yep.
While racing in the fight of your life on a jet ski. It is the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was very weird, but it was, and then like the first two levels, it's super foggy, and the last level it breaks loose.
Yeah,
it's like wide open, sunny.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
kind of cool though.
Yeah, it was cool. It was interesting how that level was so different.
They should have changed it to like a rock ocarina at the end there.
And one thing, you were riding on a lake, so there was no waves in that.
Yeah.
In that course, so it was pretty much just like a standard straightaway race.
Yeah.
I don't even think there were any like ramps or anything you could hit.
There was a
like
spot where you could go like around like a real small little island there, but that was about it.
But there was no ramps.
I always hit that island because I suck at the game. But
yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway, that was just one notable thing because that was kind of the outstander from most of the levels besides like Glacier Coast where you could like skid on the ice, but even that the waters were super rough.
Yeah.
Things like that, but I thought that was pretty cool that they threw in a level that was very contrast, gave you the contrast of being in the ocean versus being in a lake, riding a jet ski in a lake.
For shizzle.
So, as far as the sound, Weston, you want to take that one?
I actually enjoyed it. I think it fit the game really well, and we're not looking at like Castlevania, like some of the best soundtracks type deal. I'm not saying that, but I enjoyed it. It's like, it just got me in the mood it kind of fit the game well, and it got me in the mood to just ride the waves, man. So I didn't dislike it. Like I said, it's not the best score in the world at all, but it fit the game. It was fun, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, the only thing I wanted to change in this game was the announcer.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just wanted to replace him with Little John because here's what he said. He goes, "Okay, yeah, okay, yeah," the entire game.
Max power.
So
Max power.
Just picture Little John in your mind saying that as you're playing the game.
And then and he had literally there was at least 3 different versions of him saying nice.
Yeah,
too.
Exactly.
Like nice. Like, bro. It was the most worthless announcer ever.
Okay.
It was awful. It was worthless.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the Little John voice because I can't do that. But I just wanted to picture Little John in my head doing that the whole time because that was literally all of the lines in the announcing.
It really, he had 4 lines if you include Max Power. Okay, nice, and what was the other one?
Yeah.
And yeah, nice, okay. It probably just like shot that in one. Yeah, nice, okay. Max Power.
Actually, this game came out before Little John was a rapper, so I'm pretty sure he just played this game and was like, "I'm gonna start a career off of these 4 lines."
I made a similar joke while we were playing, and you stole my joke.
I don't remember. I wasn't listening. I was too.
Yeah, I'm not
involved.
surprised by that. I believe I said something to the effect of this was actually Little John before he was Little John. He did record this. This is his voice. Thanks for stealing my joke, Mason.
No problem. I got you.
Yeah, I appreciate
it. I remember you saying that now.
Yep, sure do.
But yeah, the sound wasn't annoying overall. I agree with that, Weston. It was just the announcer was kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
The music was, I don't know. I felt like I felt like the music in some spots was like complete, like the ocarina was just outrageously out of place.
But it was funny at the same time.
It was
a good talking point.
Yeah, it was a good talk. I was like, what is happening? I feel like I'm at a Japanese tea party right now with a jet ski.
I feel like I just pulled the Master Sword in the forest.
Yeah.
I wonder how popular jet skis are in Japan because the guy that I played as, he was the R.
Hamayachi or whatever his name was?
Yeah.
It's Hayayami. And I was like, that's not an American wave runner guy.
Okay, so as a side note, the best part of this entire game is that you can go into the options and rename all the characters.
Funny. Really?
Yeah, you can. So like I like Mason was like off doing something, and I just went in and renamed them all. Like I named the big dude like Fat Boy or whatever. It's like stupid crap like that.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I won't say the other ones that I renamed them to.
Yeah,
they were
with 3 dudes, 1 woman in this game. They could have done 2 and 2.
Okay, first of all, I'm not 100% sure that there was 3 dudes and 1 woman because they're all extremely asexual, in my opinion. Like that, obviously that one was a woman because it was a pink suit and it was like it was like Lara Croft proportions.
Yeah.
Where it's just like a stick figure with like double D's. It was absurd. And not to be crass, but that's literally it was upsettingly 90s in its jurisdiction of womanly proportions. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3 dudes and 1 woman. That's the message they were trying to send.
I mean, I don't know.
Were these real people?
I think they are.
Are they real people in like real life?
They're real to me, Mason.
Yeah.
Weston's gone.
No, I'm here.
He's like, oh, okay. I figured you heard us talking just like random nonsense.
No. I'm trying not to do that thing where we talk over each other.
Oh, that's insane. No, why would you not do that? I talk over you. I will gladly talk over both of you if I have something hilarious to say. I don't care if anybody else thinks it's funny. If I think it's funny, I'll say it.
Hey, man.
Yeah, but the characters themselves, they besides being 3 dudes and 1 woman being sexist, like we discussed about Virtua Tennis a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
I mean, I guess there was some progression with Nintendo by having 1 woman.
This
but
is the sexist game podcast.
Let me ask one question. Did girls play video games until like 5 years ago, though? Like, did they ever
That's
play?
a very sexist comment.
Of course they did.
No. But obviously, it's mainstream to play video games and to play and it's gotten more progressive. But I'm like asking like a legit question that like how many female game? Okay, look, obviously there's a lot now, and that's awesome, and I'm totally for that, by the way, of course. But how many were there when N64 was out? Or were they just closet gamers?
I'm going to riff something here, and I hope it's not too divisive or offensive. Mason might have to cut it out. But I have a question for you, which is, do women need to be able to play video games to complain about how women are represented in video games? Because I don't really know a single female gamer that played like Tomb Raider back in the 90s. But it got complained about a lot because of her proportions and the way they sexualized her and everything. And it's kind of like how people right now are complaining about the Redskins, Washington, when all of the Washington fans are perfectly okay with the Redskins being the Redskins, and everybody else wants them to change, but everybody else is not going to buy a Washington jersey.
Well, what changed for the Redskins was their sponsors are all pulling. So they're like, okay, I guess we'll do it now.
But they're not going to lose any money.
Yeah.
I mean, they really aren't. If they kept it the Redskins, they wouldn't lose any money because all of the Redskins.
No, they were going to lose
the sponsors.
FedEx,
yeah, but the sponsors wouldn't lose any money.
$1 billion.
I understand, but the sponsors would not lose any money.
Yeah, I agree with changing the name. Just as a side.
I mean, I do too, but I guess my point is just that just because people are going to complain about anything. It doesn't necessarily matter if it has anything to do with them. They're still going to complain about it.
Okay, so side note about women playing video games. So your wife and my sister actually played video games when she was a kid and got caught at school playing a Game Boy and got it taken away from her.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think girls did play video games back in the day.
Yeah. She still plays games with me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about. I think the generic guy is more of the hardcore gamer, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe not this day, but back then when all the games were out and stuff, it just appealed to boys more than girls. But I definitely think there was a good amount.
Yeah.
I'm not. By the way, I think that obviously it's, to my point, I'm pretty sure that people have just gotten more, like the girls are more comfortable saying that, yeah, I play video games. It's just like more like it's fine to say that. I'm not saying they weren't in the past, but it's just like, it seems like it was like almost like shameful for girls to play that. And by the way, Aaron, going back to your point, do I think someone needs to, it's like saying this, it's like like if I have an opinion about the rules of, like, I don't know, bocce ball,
cricket,
yes. But I don't play that game. Should I have an opinion about it? My initial thought is no, I shouldn't have an opinion about it because I don't know what I'm not interested in that. And I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to those games. So with other things, I mean, of course, anyone can have an opinion, but doesn't make it valid if you don't really know, if you're not in this space, right?
Yes, I completely agree with you. That was the only point that I was really trying to make with my entire rant of nonsense that hopefully doesn't offend anybody. But yeah, and Mason's probably gonna have to cut it all out. But yeah, I mean, it's just just because people complain about something doesn't make it like you have to listen to what they have to say.
Truth bombs.
Agree.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. One thing to talk about before, there was a bit of customization with your jet ski.
Yes.
You could either do like normal, which would have it kind of just standard positions as far as the handling, the engine, and the grip went.
Mm-hmm.
And like for instance, handling either on the light spectrum or the heavy. And if it was heavier, then you wouldn't turn as harshly. But if it was on the lighter, you'd turn on a dime.
Yeah.
With your dash or your top end, obviously it would control how you accelerate, and then your grip on how kind of tight you were or loose you were as you were riding the jet ski. So
right.
I thought that was cool. I did play with a customized I played with those settings a lot, and I got them down to where I wanted to, especially doing the championship. So that I thought that was a cool feature they added to the game.
Yeah, I think it's cool that we're still talking about this game. I thought we were done.
Yeah, well, we're wrapping it up. We just kind of went on a tangent, but I think it might be time to rate the game. I think you guys are pissing me off. No.
Oh, don't be that way. Come on, man.
Mason's gonna have to heavily edit this later.
Dude, we got him. We bullied him again.
I know.
Mason and Weston strike again.
Mason's sitting across from me, staring at me with daggers in his eyes.
No, I'm just crying.
No,
I'm just playing. There were some stunts in the game too.
Yeah,
that
was kind of fun.
That was cool.
Yeah,
do like a handstand.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It was neat.
Yeah. All right. So how many waves out of 10 are you going to give this, Weston?
Ride the wave.
Ooh. I think that this is a respectable 6.
No, hold up.
Should we do it with OKs?
No. Let's do a different rating system here. Let's do the best of 3. So like the biggest wave is a tsunami, right? So that would be the best, right?
This is getting really complicated.
Okay. And then what would a medium wave be? Like just like a
small tsunami?
No, just like a regular wave. Okay. And then we got
a tidal wave.
We got like driftwood. Like the tide was lower that day.
Not a wave.
I'm trying to make something interesting here, but
it's not working.
Dude, just say the waves, man.
All right, 10 out of how many out of 10?
Oh, okay. So for me, I think this game is a 6 out of 10. I think this game had actually a lot of really good things for it, and it didn't have replayability for me, and it didn't have like the really really fun value. I actually really don't think it was a bad game. I wouldn't call this bad. It just lacked like that. Man, this was actually a lot of fun. It just needed a couple more things, and I think it could have been a 7 or 8 like easily. But it just lacked like just the fun, But everything else, like the sound, the visuals, the controls, I enjoyed overall, and I thought it was nice. But it just wasn't great. It wasn't that fun. It just analytically, it was like, this is pretty good, but it wasn't that fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Aaron.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 4 out of 10. I do on a lot of that agree with Weston. It just wasn't super fun, because of the just this. It was, you were racing, like you said before. You're racing yourself. It's just I didn't like that. I didn't like that in the multiplayer. You could have 2 people, but you couldn't add like computer players. I didn't like that there was a certain lack of customization when it came to the gameplay. It was all right. It's not anything that I'm gonna want to ever play again. I think it looked fine. I think the audio was kind of blech. It had some good physics, and the graphics were N64. But yeah, I just wasn't fully on board with it.
Okay. For me, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 because I quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
Nice.
Like I mean, I get what you guys are saying as far as like the race yourself. It was kind of vanilla in some areas, but at the same time, I felt like it had enough there that it was a really solid game. It felt good. The physics felt good. It was unique of its kind of racing type of game, and I think they did a good job translating real life jet skiing to this game. It didn't feel cartoonish 100% of the game, and it felt more on the real side than more the Mario Kart fake side. So I think overall it was just a really well designed game. I thought the courses kept you on your toes. Like my favorite course was Marine Fortress, and you felt epic at times because you were like, those waves were pounding you, you're just coming you're popping straight out of that wave and getting on with the course and things like that. So like I said, I think they could have done a better feeling more like you're racing each other or racing the computers as far as the game goes. But I thought it was a really solid game overall, and I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, and let me just specify, like I said, it just, for me, it needed like a pinch more, and it would have been like a realistic 8 for me. I think I was like really on the fence. It just wasn't. It just didn't have like that extra bit. Plus, where we are in Stream of Time, there's no reason to ever play this game when there's like Diddy Kong Racing or like Hydro Thunder or just any other like sort of very, very similar game.
Yeah, there's better stuff.
Yeah,
it's more worth your time.
At least for me.
Yeah. Unless you're like a cool jet ski guy and you prefer to be on the water.
Bro, none of us owned a jet ski except you, so chill. Don't be flexing.
Also, he's sitting over here like he had like some ball. It was a used jet ski.
Yeah, okay.
That was
his jet ski was pretty cool.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. He had like 2 cars and a jet ski. Like, he was a cool kid, but still. I don't want to pump Mason up too much.
I got a good deal. I'm thrifty, but I like to have fun.
You sound like a dating ad right now.
Oh, man.
My name's Mason, and I'm thrifty, but I like to have fun.
Oh, man.
Maybe to go take you to Applebee's, but we'll get like 2 margaritas instead of just 1.
Yeah, it was cool back in summer of 2014.
Bro, you know what sounds good right now? Some half-off apps at Applebee's.
True. True.
I'm pretty hungry right now, so I could kill that.
This podcast brought to you by Applebee's. Applebee's, chase the wave.
Chase the wave.
Yeah. So there was a sequel to this game. I'd be interested to play it.
Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder. Yeah.
Oh, did I get it right? I was actually right.
I don't know.
No, it was Wave Race Blue Storm, by the way.
Blue Storm.
Oh, Blue Storm.
Yeah, Blue Thunder sounds cooler.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Blue Storm
I think they really
is like
missed
blue
the
storm.
boat.
What sort of storm is blue?
So this is actually a game about it's Wave Race. So it's a race of waves that are Blue Storm. So it's kind of like a race war sort of thing.
Yeah. No, I feel like Blue Storm was like what your grandma would call it. Is like, oh, you're playing that that Blue Storm.
Yeah.
Like they named it like that, but Blue Thunder would have been way cooler.
It's like you're playing your PlayStation 4 and your grandma walks in and be like, "Why are you spending all your time on that Nintendo?"
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Okay. Well, moving on from that one. That was
Google Stadia, Grandma.
That was a fun one for me. I enjoyed it. So cool.
Glad someone did.
It was about the experience of playing with you, my brother-in-law.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, no.
so sweet.
I
He's not number 4 host, but whatever.
I enjoyed playing it. Yeah, I enjoyed playing it by myself more than I enjoyed playing with people.
Yeah.
No.
People, aka me. The only people you played it with.
Exactly.
You're such a scrub. Oh my
well,
God.
Your son held the controller and acted like he was playing. So.
Yeah, we do the little brother. Yeah, you're playing 2-player kind of thing.
It's the best. They're so happy.
It's a very the retro gamers know what's up.
Yeah. Side note. I played this with an N64 controller, and Aaron played this with a GameCube controller.
Yes.
And we had them wired into the computer.
Yes.
So it actually felt like we were playing like an old-time console.
Into the Nintendo 64 that
Guess
we were playing it on.
I played it with.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4.
A Nintendo
Xbox.
Switch controller.
Ooh, girl.
Snap.
I also,
We had all generations.
Yeah, Saturday when we were playing, I also did play it with my Stadia controller.
Right. Yeah.
Which was the best.
Which I held the
Stadia.
Stadia controller for the first time, and I'm straight out just going to buy one to play these games with.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it feels
nice,
good.
dude.
Oh,
Oh
dude,
my God.
The weight of it is perfect.
It's
a
so
little
nice.
heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
man.
really good.
That actually
It'd be worth it if you didn't have Stadia just to play it with a computer.
Yeah, for real.
I'm
They're
gonna
nice.
clip that recording just talking about how you talk about the weight of the controller and just play it to me like when I'm like at night and I can't go to sleep. Just soothe me.
This podcast brought to you by Google Stadia. Google Stadia, ride the wave.
All right. So next week on the podcast, we were playing a little game called Bubble Bobble.
Bubble.
Weston, you want to take this one?
Yeah, I think this is a NES game. I think it's going to hold up. It's one that I've really enjoyed in the past. I hope it does, and we're gonna play it nonetheless. The cool thing about like a lot of NES games, at least that I feel like we've played, is even though they're very simplistic in a lot of regards, they hold up really well because they're very simple, but they do kind of simple things, and it's still fun and has some intricacies to them. So I'm excited for a Bubble Bobble. It's your little dinosaur, and you shoot out bubbles, and I think it's like kind of like an advanced Pac-Man. I'm trying to think how to
remember that game
it.
we played? What was that NES game we played that we actually got to play together? With the Triceratops. Yeah,
Trog is wonderful.
Looks kind of like
by
that.
the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I really highly enjoyed that game, but it seems like it's kind of like in that vein, just the
Yeah, it's a spin-off.
T-Rex version.
spin-off, actually.
T-Rex.
Yeah, Bubble Bobble. All right, so we're gonna play that, and it's on the Switch Arcade. So me and Weston will actually get to play that one together.
Yay!
Yeah,
leave me out of it, why don't you? That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, if you want to play it, we can play.
I'd rather not.
Okay. All right, and there's actually a lot of iterations of this game. There's like a Switch version, like a newest one, number 4.
It's actually a launch title for PlayStation 5.
Please like and subscribe so Aaron can get a Switch and stop being an idiot.
I would really love it if you guys gave me all the proceeds. I have a Patreon and a fans only that you guys can subscribe to.
You mean an OnlyFans?
What did I say?
Fans only.
Fans only.
Oh no, fans only is different than OnlyFans. It's for married men that are sad and need video games. Is what it is.
It's like an only.
It's not for.
OnlyFans
It's
for,
not
like,
for.
Bumble
Sad, it's not for sad 19-year-old girls. It's for sad 31-year-old married men. Yeah.
Nice, dude. I like it.
Yeah. So
what wouldn't you do for a Klondike bar?
yeah, it's. I will show you my feet if you don't give me money. That's what it is. I will send you unsolicited pictures of my weird looking chest unless you send me money.
Help me get a gym membership and a Nintendo Switch.
That's right. I don't need a gym membership, all right? I'm in good shape.
I do. I need a gym membership. Stat. Dang you, COVID. All right. So Bubble Bobble next week. There wasn't that much news. But one thing to note was that going back to Marvel's Avengers, I feel like we're going to talk about it every week until it comes out. The beta is live if you pre-order, and they announced today Spider-Man as a PS4 exclusive coming in 2021 to the game. So
yes,
that is exciting.
Yeah, there's some.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. So
is it going to be like a DLC thing? Because then you said 2021.
Yeah, it's going to be a DLC character, but it's going to be exclusive to PlayStation. So
PlayStation
they've done
4
that.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they've done that with other Marvel games in the past. Made like Hulk was exclusive to Xbox because he's green, but with Spider-Man he's exclusive because of the rights. Sony owns the rights.
That's cool. I heard Batman's going to be exclusive to Stadia, which is pretty cool. See that crossover. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't picking up what you were laying down there.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm glad you got it after a little bit.
Yeah, it took me a minute. I'm
okay.
slow.
I know, it's okay.
Okay, so did you have anything else news-wise you guys want to talk about?
No. Add me on Stadia, Din, capital DINN, and we will play games together, and it'll be awesome.
Oh, hey, just touch on the controller too for the PS5, which we all thought was very weird, but it's I thought it was just interesting that the PS4 controller can be played with PS5.
Oh yeah,
but only with PS4 games. Like what?
Yeah, that's so dumb.
I don't even know why that's news, because it just seems like I feel like that would just be like a no-brainer, you know. It's like, or just not even make it compatible at all.
Yeah,
you know, I think it's kind of weird, but I guess it's like if you want to have the feel of playing a PS4 controller.
So I guess my thinking is, because you said it's for next gen games. So when I hear that, what I think is if I have like, you know, a PS4 game that's on PS4 and PS5, I can use my PS4 controller on the PS5 and it would work with that, right? But if I have a PS4, or if I have a PS5, I'm not going to keep a PS4. Like, that seems pointless beyond belief, because it's the PS5's backwards compatible.
What if you're a collector?
I would trade. Okay, those people are an exception to the rule.
They've opened up support with the PS5 or the PS4 controller with like your computer and Apple TV, your Android TV. So
yeah, but they're gonna do the same thing with the PS5 controller.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I'm just saying, if people might hang on to them for that.
I don't know, but I guess my thinking is you're probably gonna trade in your PS4, and if you do that, you're gonna have to give them your controller.
But you might have multiple controllers, like me.
I don't know. It just seems silly. That's all. You're gonna have a PS5 controller. Right? You might have two PS5 controllers if you happen to have like a couch co-op game. That rarely happens nowadays, except for if you're using Google Stadia. But so it just seems like a pointless feature.
Yeah, and I wasn't saying to you, Weston, like I don't know why this is even news. I'm just saying, like, why is it such a mind-blowing thing right now?
Yeah, why is this a news article?
Twitter has to be like, guys, guess what? You know, like It just seems funny to me.
Well, yeah,
I appreciate.
Realistically, if this was any other time in video game history, this would be like just, hey, you can't do this. Oh, okay, really, whatever. Oh, there's there's so much news normally, and just to your point, this is realistically news right now because there's nothing else, but it's not really news.
Yeah, it's just news to make fun of Sony because they're stupid.
Yeah.
This podcast brought to you by Google Stadia. Google Stadia, ride the wave.
Another side note is that they're having Sony's having a state of play about some PS5 and PS4 titles upcoming on Thursday, but do not expect any big news about the PlayStation 5. There's going to be no price. There's going to be no other details regarding all that. So.
You're going to hand the cashier at checkout your credit card, and they're not even going to tell you the price. They're just going to swipe it. And then you're going to take your PS5 home and check your bank statement, and then you'll know how much it costs.
I'm feeling that's the way it's going.
Until that time.
It seems wild that they haven't opened up pre-orders, and 2, they haven't even given us like, hey, this is what you got to prepare for, even if it is going to be expensive,
I have a feeling that it's not going to launch on time.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. It's just the way everything's going, I think it's insane. It's like an Apple. It's like an iPhone at this point. It's like they're gonna announce it and then it's gonna launch in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I guess they could do that. Yeah, because Apple does that all the time. They're like, here's how much it's gonna cost, and then you can pre-order it now.
Yeah,
and it's coming in 3 weeks.
I mean, it's just bonkers to me.
Well, speaking about like Apple products, because I've been in the market for some new stuff, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be. Maybe not the iPhone, but a lot of the other stuff they're planning for this year, it's going to be like 3 to 6 months behind, potentially. I'm not saying that's the truth because I know that a lot of things are happening, but just logistically right now, it's not looking great for those things. So if it does launch, like for instance, let's say it was trying to launch in like October or November. What if it launches like December or January, February? That's a strong possibility.
I had read the other day that they're launching, I believe, 3 phones this year, and 2 of them will come out, quote unquote, normal time, and then the third one was going to be like 3 weeks behind or so from that. But I mean, tech news. The thing with tech news, I hate reading tech news because 90% of it's just hearsay and rumors and stuff like that. So who knows?
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they push back the PS5 release. I agree with you, Weston. It's just
I said that, but that's fine.
Or whoever said.
No, that's fine.
fourth
our poor lad of a co-host, Aaron. Just if you just don't give him recognition, he just crumbles, dude.
Look, here's the thing: is nobody in my life has ever given me recognition, and so I have to take it where I can get it.
Right. Yeah.
So people need to understand that I am more than the sum of my parts.
Well, we did say Aaron likes to feel pain, and that's part of his life. So.
It's true.
Okay, that's why you married my sister. She beats him up all the
time. We were definitely slapping the crap out of each other last night. It was fun. Watching Pride and Prejudice in bed, eating ice cream. No, just Pride and Prejudice, just the regular Pride and Prejudice. And yeah, I just reached over and slapped her in the arm, and then we had a slapping contest. It was entertaining.
Neat.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good
times.
So what do you do with your time? Okay, so just kind of moving on, but if you're interested in checking out that state of play, I'll probably just read the cliff notes. I'm probably not going to watch it because it's not going to be anything major going on there, but we'll talk about it a little bit next week. So yeah, moving on, I think Weston has some trivia for us.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back.
I wouldn't have ranted so much if I remember that we were going to do trivia.
Yeah, we have spent a lot of time on this game.
We're like an hour 15 deep.
58 minutes, but that's okay.
Okay, all right. We are ready for another round of Karate in the Garage Plays Trivia featuring me, the boxing host, and Aaron and Mason as the contestants. 10 questions, winner takes all. Who's going to win? I don't know.
Cue the music.
All right.
Reddit, give me the beat, boys, and free my little soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away.
I love how I love how we say cue the music every time, and that's just for me to insert the music into and Aaron always comes up with some kind of tune.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome.
All right.
This is the part about me talking over you guys that I thought I was being funny.
Go ahead, Weston. Game show host.
All right. Okay. So, question one. Oh, by the way, all of these are Dreamcast questions, and me and Mason have owned Dreamcast. I don't think Aaron has, but all of these are very obscure, so we're going to just try our best. Question 1.
Awesome. Jesus.
On Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2, who is not a guest character? A.
Classic.
Shaquille O'Neal. B. Muhammad Ali. C. Michael Jackson. D. Bill Clinton.
Ding.
Oh,
Mason
got it.
Michael Jackson.
You are incorrect.
What?
I'm gonna go with Bill Clinton.
You are also incorrect. The correct answer was Muhammad Ali. Also, the first lady is there.
The only
is
boxer.
a secret character. Interesting.
Which first lady?
Is the first lady
Hillary.
is there? Hillary.
Yeah.
Would it have been Hillary at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
If Bill Clinton was the president.
Okay.
Old
So
Hill.
0-0.
Question 2. Which of these people is not on MTV skateboarding? A. Jimmy
I played
Sweetlove.
that game.
B. Jeff Rowley. C. Andy McDonald. And D. Heidi Fitzgerald.
Ding.
Aaron.
D.
You say D or B?
D. Wait, is B correct?
No.
Which one's the right one?
Which one did you pick?
I picked the correct one.
He said D.
D.
I said D.
Heidi Fitzgerald. That is incorrect. Mason.
Really? But she's a girl. There's no girls in these games, remember?
I'm going to say B.
B is correct. Jeff Rowley.
Yeah.
Come on!
Oh.
I should have just said B. I know Mason heard me
No,
say
I
D,
was
but
checking you.
It was
Oh
definitely
my God.
D. I mean, I definitely heard D as well, but I just wanted to see if you're going to be truthful or not.
you're such a scrub. Thanks for giving Mason the answer.
I didn't give
It's
it to
gonna
him. I
be
was just
1 to
waiting.
0. By the way, this is gonna be 1 to 0 at the end of this.
I
Probably.
hope not.
Okay.
I've
Question 3. Mason's up 1. In Dave Mirra's Freestyle BMX, which of these
I'll
is the
play the
real
crap
name
out of
for
that.
one of Amish Boys' bikes? A. Amish Witness. B. Amish Extreme. C. Pro Amish. D. Amish Farmhand LX.
Ding.
Mason.
C.
Your answer C. Pro Amish is incorrect.
Okay.
Can I have the question? Can I have? You know what? It doesn't even matter if you repeat it or not. I'm gonna go with B.
Amish Extreme.
Sure, why not?
That is incorrect.
That sounds reasonable.
The answer is
This-
A. Amish Witness.
I really. We have seven questions left. 6 questions left for Weston to mention a game that I have ever even heard of.
Hey.
So here we go.
This is next one you guys will possibly be able to get, and there's only one of 2 answers.
Okay. And the next game is Hillary Clinton's Boxing Extreme
Okay.
3.
Question 4. Marvel
Return
versus
to Monkey Island.
Okay, hey, shut up.
All right, I'm sorry.
Question 4. Marvel versus Capcom is a zany game, but is the final boss Onslaught a
No.
Marvel or B Capcom creation?
Ding. It's a Capcom thing.
Mason gets it by default.
Oh, come on.
Onslaught actually defeated many popular superheroes in one Marvel comic. You are incorrect. Man, you had a 50-50 shot and you lost. Tough luck, man. Tough luck. All right.
is-
2-0
I don't know why-
Mason.
The worst part is that I suggested doing this week,
I
too.
know.
Like, I don't even... Why did I do
I'm
this?
saying you like pain.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, this one was from a game we played recently. Question 5. Which of these weapons do not exist in Power Stone? A. Lamppost. B. Dustbin. 3. Gatling gun. D. Crossbow.
Ding.
Sing.
Mason.
Crossbow.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Dang it, I knew that one, too.
Yeah, because we played that game.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Plant pots, handguns, flamethrowers, and even stretchy sticks can be used to beat opponents, but not the crossbow.
3-0.
3-0. All right, it's
feel
time
like
for you
a
to come
scrub.
back, Aaron. This one
Don't call it
This
a
one
comeback.
is definitely in your wheelhouse.
This one's worth 4 points.
If you get this right, you may get 1 point. Question 6. Okay. On Resident Evil 3, what is the first name of the evil mercenary guy? A. Nikolai. B.
Ding. Oh, no. You know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You dinged. You have to
Wesker.
You are incorrect, Mason. Would you like me to continue to read the...
I couldn't remember if he was in that one or not.
Yeah, please.
A. Nikolai. B. Deem. C. Mikhail. D. Hilberg.
I've never played these games, so I'm just going to go A.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Nasty boy Nikolai kills other survivors so that his information will be the only source, therefore will be worth more to his superiors. Wow.
Straight up, I never played 3, so I was just guessing Wesker because he's a bad guy in a lot of the games.
Okay. Number 7.
Several games.
Which of these names are never used by computer players in Unreal Tournament? A. Archon. B. Matrix. C. Helix. D. Athelio.
Ding.
Aaron.
B. Matrix.
That is incorrect.
I'm going to say D.
D or B?
D.
I said B.
D. Athelio. That is also incorrect. The correct answer is Helix. These names are the names of skins that are available to choose.
Nice. I like that I said B, and then you asked Mason if he said D or B, because if he also guessed B, that would be amazing. We both guessed B. Like, he's just not even paid. He's just looking at his phone while I'm answering, like, just waiting for this nerd to get it wrong.
He just doesn't even care what you said.
He's like, I've already won. It doesn't matter.
Is he 4-0 or 3-0?
I think it's 3-0.
It's 4.
It's not. It's not. Oh, you know what it is? Oh, god dang it, it is. Because you got the Wesker one that I got.
Well, let's see how if you can even get one. There's 3 questions left, so let's do these.
You just said that we were on number 7, so it should be 2. All right, you know what? Just keep going.
That was number 7. This is number.
Let's keep going until I get one.
Okay.
So this podcast is going to be 4 hours.
What is the name of the Rastafarian snowboarder in Snow Surfers?
My God in heaven.
There's no multiple choice. You just have to guess.
I think it's Magic Mike.
That is incorrect.
Are you sure?
I'm going to say it is Rastafarian. Bob Marley.
The correct answer is Bob. You are correct.
Yeah.
Okay. He said Bob Marley. That is
close enough.
I don't think that's close enough. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. That is so funny. You said Bob Marley because the correct answer is Bob. So I think that's a win, dude.
Weston is making these up as he goes along, just to make me lose right now.
Right.
I would never do such a thing. I would never bully you that hard.
Yes, you would.
Which is not a question category on Chef's Love Shack? A. Chocolate salty balls. B. Limey teabags and frogs. Oh my. C. Famous gay cowboys. D. Historical boat rides.
B. Mason Dung.
Okay, Mason.
I'm gonna say D.
Historical boat rides. That is incorrect.
B.
Limey teabags and frogs. Oh my.
Yes, ma'am.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is chocolate salty balls.
Really? I'm surprised by that, actually, because that's a song from the show.
Yeah, it is, which is not a question category on Chef's Love Shack. All right, last question, number 10.
Was Chef's Love Shack the game, or was it the South Park
Chef's Love
movie
Shack's
game?
The game.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, they had that was a game called Chef's Love Shack. Okay, number 10. This is hard. H-A-R-D. What is the full name of the Japanese character in Zombie Revenge? 2 words.
Wait, can you repeat that question, please, and thank you?
What is the full name of the Japanese character in Zombie Revenge?
What is Bob Marley?
That's incorrect.
I hate this so much. What is Shigeru Miyamoto?
That's a lot closer.
Okay.
What is Shigeru Miyamoto?
Give me those multiple choice so I can continue to pummel Aaron.
There's no multiple
What is
choice.
Yakuza?
Jackie Chan.
Sure. That is Chinese, you racist.
Japanese.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
It is Rikiya Busujimi.
Whoa. Don't say it out loud. I'm still
I
guessing.
would have gotten that one.
I would have guessed
I
it.
was going to get that one. Sorry, that was a wash. Huh?
All right. Is that it?
That's it, Mason. You are.
All
That was
right.
the stupidest trivia we've ever done.
That is undeniably. You were by far and away the winner. You
Hey, maybe you prepare it next time.
Aaron, you were in the grave.
You know what? I'm going to do this next time, and it's going to be even harder. I'm not doing any multiple choice.
Sounds good.
And it's all going to be Atari
the best part is literally Mason got Bob correct out of all the
I
names.
hate
Yeah,
it's the stupidest.
Well, you said Rastafari, and he's like the most popular Rastafari.
It was a good guess, and it was correct.
Yeah, good job, Mason.
Man, Aaron, how does it feel to be the dumbest and least attractive person on the podcast?
Oh man, I'm very handsome. Thank you guys for asking.
Just ask him. All right, guys. Well, follow us on all the socials. KITG Podcast on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
KITG Podcast on Twitch, which we haven't done much of that. And then go to our YouTube channel and check out our Pokemon card opening videos.
That's right. Add me on Stadia.
I just added a new one today.
Oh, nice.
You did? Oh,
yeah. I just I took the one that kind of got messed up, and I just had to put it out there because I pulled 2 really good cards. So.
Dope.
Nice. By the way, little fun fact about Pokemon that I sent you guys earlier, but I'm going to tell our listeners, is that if you read any Emily Dickinson poems, they are to the exact tune. You can read all of them to the tune of the American Pokemon theme song. So it's good times.
Yeah, it's very correct. Once I started reading it, and in my head I was like, wow, this is who knew Pokemon was such poetry.
I know, and you can effectively do that to any of her poems because they're in standard time. So yeah, good times.
Cool. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna press pause on this one, but you guys keep playing.
Until next time, I'll see you next time.
I will. Bye.
Oh my god.
If you'd like to send us a message, you can email us at kitgpodcast@gmail.com or tweet us at kitgpodcast on Twitter.